Well, making this video, I'm really surprised I'm even making it. Honestly. And this is gonna be a fully uncensored, raw footage. I'm not gonna make any cuts or anything because I just want this to feel more authentic and organic. Honestly, this video, this is kind of a spontaneous thing. Thinking about, it was not quite spontaneous. There's been quite a few times I thought about doing this and just decided against it because I'm not here to get views or popularity. If people view it, that's fine, just so they can relate to my situation, what I'm going through. I need to just say it outright. I'm still struggling with my breakup. And why I need to make this video, I don't know. Just shows how much I'm still struggling with it. At this point, when I am filming right now, it has been 7 months since Macy has broken up with me. And I honestly don't know how long it's going to take to fully move on, to be able to really start getting better. I have gotten better, but I'm still not like, it's still there, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, and I definitely won't be the last guy or woman to go through this, of dealing with breakups with someone that they truly loved, admired, and really saw a future with that person. I don't know if I should really get into every detail about the relationship and how it ended and everything. All I'm hearing just to say, oh man. Just I cried today, like how I kind of used to real early on in the breakup. Like the first 2 or 3 months of the relationship, before I started talking to my pastor for help, as like kind of like a therapist, pretty much. And he's helped a lot. He's helped a lot with my working on my, relationship with God, and I believe God took me out of that relationship for a reason. Maybe there's something better out there, or like a better person out there for me out there, or some kind of slim chance this breakup was a necessary break. Maybe it's not permanent. I don't know. I honestly don't want to hold out for hope that, we're gonna get back together. It's either gonna happen or it's not. Honestly, and I'm not gonna force nothing. I'm not gonna force getting into another relationship, because honestly, I just feel like it's been 7 months, and I just kind of just thought to myself, you know what? I don't think I can survive going through this again. Connecting with someone like that again. And risk going through this again. I don't know if I could survive it again. Maybe it's just for the best that I don't get into another relationship with someone else. I don't know. But like I said, I kind of broke down again today. as if it was still fresh. And I mean, I don't have bad days, not like how I used to. The first 2 or 3 months were real bad, especially right before I was started talking to my pastor, and even the first or 2 months after I started talking with him, it was still real bad. Every day. And I don't really have bad days anymore. I also have bad moments during days, but they don't dominate my day like how they used to. Honestly, I don't know if I should have been writing it in a diary, like writing every day how my day went, what kind of progress I've been making since the breakup. I haven't. I've not been doing that. I guess the only form of keeping up with the progress of the breakup is talking to my pastor, honestly. And that's only every other week, every other Wednesday. And honestly, that's not even every other week. Sometimes I'll cancel because I don't feel up to doing it, or I'm busy, I have plans, maybe something is going on that day. So I don't know. Sometimes it's not every other week. It's just sometimes changes, or sometimes I just don't feel up to it. I'm just don't want to go out. But for the most part, I have been staying for the most part consistent on talking with him because it has helped me a lot. So I intend to keep doing it until I'm fully moved on. So I won't have to keep doing it. So I won't, then I won't be having to do these meetings anymore and helping out. And him helping to help take time out of his busy day and help me out. Talking with me. I'm sure he appreciates it. I know he does. I know he enjoys. I know he likes taking the time out to talk with me. But it's been 7 months, and I really did not think it'd be this hard. You spend over 2 years with someone like that, who is a genuine person, a very loving, daring, and all those good things that you'd want in a partner. I genuinely and really saw that in Macy, and I just never thought this could end. I never thought that day would come, that she would want to break up with me. And I know I'm not perfect. I kind of brought it on myself to break up. I kind of initiated it. Not saying I was the one that I was like requesting the breakup. I kind of started the process of it. I'm not gonna lie, and that haunts me every day. Because I blame myself for it getting there, like the process of the breakup initially started because of me. But in the end, she's the one that made the decision. And when she started giving me hints or started saying that she was either wanting to take a break or wanting to full on break up, I was doing everything I can to change her mind and say, I don't want this. I want this to work out. I love you. You make me the best version of myself, and you honestly make me a better person. I've not had anyone like this before in my life, and we've been together for so long, and we've invested so much time together. All the time she either came over or spent the night, it was, it meant the world to me to have her in my life. It was truly a privilege. God. I thought I would start crying. I just didn't know when I would, but I was saying all these things, and it didn't change her mind. She had already made up her mind. During the last 2 weeks of our relationship was when things were at their worst, and she just didn't feel like it was worth giving me a second chance, and that hurt. That crushed my heart. That hurt me beyond understanding, beyond comprehension. Because when you invest so much time with someone like that, and then they know you're not perfect, and when you spend that much time together, you know the good and the bad. After that much time, 2 years and 3 months, we were total together. You spend that much time together, you really get the feel for each other. After that much time, you do. So she knew how I was like, and I knew how she was like. And I just didn't understand. I still don't understand why she didn't think I was worth a second chance. She just moved on to some other guy. Literally got in a rebound relationship right after me. Not even a week later. Found out she got with some other guy in a rebound relationship. And believe it or not, we were actually still somewhat texting a little bit. Very little, of course. This was after she broke up with me, so it wasn't like we were... But that's because she initiated the very next day after she officially broke up. She said she apologized the way she broke up, but she wasn't apologizing for breaking up. Just the way she did it. She did it over text. She texted me that she didn't want this. She wanted to end this. So she apologized for texting it to me, but not apologizing for the breakup. Just the way she did it. Like that's supposed to make me feel any better. Anyways, she got with some guy. Even though the last time she spoke to me, last time she reached out, she mentioned that they had broken up. And I'm just like, cool. I'm not going to ask why. None of my business. Like, I'm supposed to trust you saying that. Like, so what? You'll just get with some other guy, you'll just get right back with him. I mean, if you could, she had to have, like, zoned out. Like, the whole last, at least, probably month of our relationship, or 2 months, or whatever, for just to end things. I don't know. I just don't know. The only closure I'm gonna get in this breakup is she was just unwilling to give me a second chance, and there's not a damn thing I could have done about it. If it hadn't happened when it did, it would have happened months later, maybe even a year later. It would have been 3 years invested with each other, and it would have been even a worse, harder breakup to get through, because it would have been another year together, just for something like this to arise. A stupid argument, a stupid fight over text would still lead to her breaking up. Like, I tried to convince myself this was going to inevitably happen, because no matter what I could have said to try and talk and work things out, she wanted nothing to do with that. And honestly, if she watches this video, Macy, if you're watching this, you know, there's nothing I could have said that could have changed your mind. I don't want this video to be too long, because I don't want to make any cuts or edits. This is just going to be completely one long cut. That's it. So, I don't want to talk for too long, but do I still miss her? Yeah, I do. Will I ever reach out to her again? No. I mean, if she wants to reach out, that's up to her. I mean, she already has. She did last time. Of course, that was fucking 5 months ago. 5.5 months ago. When she last reached out. I didn't ask her to. I didn't make her. I don't know. I still don't know why I'm making this video. I kind of hope not too many people, at least of my family, watches this video. This is going to make me look really, really fucking pathetic. I mean, I don't go on social media. I don't gossip. I don't talk about my life. Did I make a post about me being heartbroken over the breakup? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I made one post about it, but that's it. I don't try and gossip. I don't go on social media and post shit about my life. I don't do that. I don't even hardly do it on YouTube, really. I barely upload videos in general. Unless if I'm hanging out with friends or whatever. And even then, I still won't upload the video for like another week. Because I'm too damn lazy. And there are some days maybe I'm too depressed to want to like edit the video and upload it to YouTube. I don't know when this will get uploaded, but I'll maybe try and upload it not too long after this night or morning of that I'm filming it. Because now it's technically in the morning. But I really just did not think it'd be this hard. I did not see this coming. All the memories, they're still there. No matter how much shit I get rid of. Whether I delete all the videos, photos of us together, on my phone, or on YouTube. There's not a single video of her on YouTube anymore when we were together. They're all gone. If there are any videos even still of her on my YouTube channel, it's only because she was just accidentally in the video or we weren't together at the time. She was either still with David or she just so happened to be in the video but we weren't together. So we weren't like that. And she was maybe hardly in the video. But the videos we were together, those are all gone. And all photos and videos of her on my phone, gone. So, and everything on Facebook, gone. Posts, pics, photos. You know, anything on social media, gone. I've tried to get rid of, and I still find every once in a great while, I'll find something else of hers that reminds me of her. Whether it's something, I'll find a fucking necklace or a bracelet of hers that maybe I forgot to give back to her. Maybe there's a day when she came over, spent the night, and I, for some reason, one of my other jackets or sweatshirts, put it in my pocket, in my jacket, or it was my leather jacket that my dad gave me, in my pocket. It was my inside pocket. So it was not as common of a pocket you would normally check for shit that's in there. And I found it was like a bracelet and something else of hers. And it just opened up the floodgates of memories. And this was when we were going to some family reunion. And it just made my whole day at that family reunion just not fun. I was just miserable. I even fucking went to the bathroom and I like fucking full on cried. There's another time I found pictures of her that she had developed from her phone that she took of us, and she had them developed on physical pictures. We got printed off from Walmart and gave them to me for if we were to ever have a photo album and we would start adding to it, which we never did, but I kept them. I didn't know I still had those pictures. Of course, I threw away that bracelet that I found in my pocket, and those pictures I found, I broke down again looking through them, going through, that time that's frozen in that picture, and when times were just so much better, and I was genuinely, truly happy. And throwing those pictures away and the necklace and all the deletion I can to erase the memory of her, it still isn't enough, because you still got this, you still got all these memories that you can't delete. You just have to one day hope you forget them. But when someone like that means that much to you and you love them that much, they're part of such a internal part of your memory in your brain. Your brain won't forget it. No matter how hard you try to forget and don't want to think about it anymore, your brain won't let you. And I can't tell you how many little things, I can't get rid of everything. I look in my room and it's the exact same way how it was during the 2 years we were together, and that can't be helped. I mean, you can say change your room around or whatever, but I'm like, my room's not that big where I can afford to move shit around. Besides this, I'm comfortable with the layout, with everything is. I'm not gonna move shit around, but I can't help it. It's gonna fucking remind me of all the times we came in here and watched movies together and whatnot, and or even just all the fucking times she watched movies with us. You know, for supper or dinner, the times she came over. That's a reminder. That's another reminder. I remember real early on in the relationship, I would look over in the passenger seat thinking I still see her there. Thinking I still see her there sitting there. Like we're on our way to bring her back to the house, or going somewhere to have fun, or somewhere to hang out, going to see a movie or something, or somewhere to eat, or I don't know. Going to the Riley Park. We went there a few times. Sometimes I would take her and some of the other little kids over at her place and take them to the park. And I genuinely miss those times because it kind of made me feel like an adult. Almost like a parent, kind of, where I kind of saw myself as kind of like the dad and she was the mom, and the little kids that we would bring, some of them were babysitting kids that her and her mom would watch over. That's what Macy did for kind of like a job. Her mom paid her for that. And her mom would help her with the babysitting too. And every once in a while we would take them either to Riley Park just to get them out of the house so they can have something to do outside, and then maybe we would go to Dairy Queen afterwards and get them a drink. Or there was 1 or 2 times we took them to the pool, which was right next to Riley Park, the public pool. And I miss those times. See, it's those memories that also haunt me, because I miss that, and I wanted to still do that. You know, I wanted to have those times. I felt like I was kind of like more like an uncle, kind of like to them, kind of like that cool uncle that takes their nephew or their niece somewhere to have fun, take them to get something to eat, or taking them to the movie or something. That's kind of how I felt when we would take the little ones with us. And I genuinely miss that. I miss not just her mom, her brother, her family. I miss them all, and I miss all the times. I miss all the times she was over with my family, with family reunions, and how beloved and well received she was from my family, and it just felt right, you know. It was such a beautiful relationship. It felt right. I genuinely convinced myself that this was the one. We got along so well. It just Because no matter what point of view, no matter what angle I take from the breakup, it's not going to help me resolve this or move on. It's really just going to take time, patience, and honestly, God Himself hopefully will help me heal. And will either bring her back into my life when I'm ready and when she's ready, or probably more realistically, He'll bring someone else into my life that I hope and pray to God is the one. Because I'm genuinely serious. I cannot go through another breakup. I'll be patient. I'll wait no matter how long it takes. If I'm to meet the one, I don't want to meet no one else but the one. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to get in another relationship, but it's like a 6 month to maybe a year, and then it ends. I don't want to go through that again. I'd rather just it be someone that I can truly spend the rest of my life with. Someone I would truly call my soulmate. Or just not have anyone else ever again at all. Because I cannot go through this again. I can not go through this breakup again. I cannot go through another breakup. I don't think I would mentally would survive another one. I really would think like I would feel like I'd be in a coma if I had to go through this again. Minus being asleep, like you are in a coma. I just can't go through this again. I can't. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Probably at least a year, up until when it's a full year later, will I finally start truly moving on. Just another thing that bothers me and irks me is she was able to move on so fast and so effortlessly easy. It just felt like she got away with what I'm going through right now. The breakup, the heartache. She got away with it. At first, at least. Whether or not she ever really will, I don't know. I just feel like she just got away with it. Scot-free. Like, not going through what I want to think I'm going through. I'm sure there's probably a part of her that probably does miss me, but not a big part. Probably very small. And probably still feels fully justified with what she did to me. Or just what she did. She just felt like this was necessary. Maybe she felt like I was smothering her, or whatever she wants to use as an excuse to move on. And, he couldn't care less with what I had to say. To say for myself. It's like, it didn't matter. Already had canceled me out. Was already happy to move on. It's like, thanks for the 2 years, but I'm looking for something better. The grass is greener on the other side. Type of vibe she was giving off. It just has me so emotionally worn out, exhausted, this whole breakup. This whole 7 months. Like I said, am I getting better? Yes. I'm waiting for the day where I'm fully healed. We're fully moved on. And probably would be okay with never being in another relationship again. Because I don't want to ever be hurt like this again. Ever. I mean, no one does. I understand that. And I get that. No one does. I'm just saying, I don't want to invest that kind of time with someone like that again, just to have the rug literally slipped from underneath your feet like that, and just break up, and just be fully okay with doing that with you. I can't do that again. I don't want to invest myself into someone like that again, unless if it's the one. Someone that would never leave me, and I would never leave them. Just try to remind myself. I was 23 years. I was 23 when we first got together. So I had 23 years before her. And we were only together for 2 years out of my now 26 years I've been together. I've been alive. So she was part of a chapter of my life. In my opinion, quite a big chapter, but a chapter nonetheless. And no matter how many times I try to say that to myself, to convince myself that's all she is, it doesn't make me still feel any better. I still hurt. But in the end, that's all she's going to be, probably. But there's still a huge part of me that refuses to think like that. There's just still a huge part of me that still misses her. And just wished the breakup had never happened. That's why I'm still talking to my pastor. That's why I'm making this stupid video. And that's why I still bother my friends. Every time I talk to them, I always, not meaning to, but I always kind of sneak in mentioning how I'm depressed or dealing with my breakup with my ex. But I got really good friends. I got the best friends. They're all willing to listen and always in huge support of me. So is my family, of course, and whatnot. I guess the most important thing is that I'm willing and open to talking about it. Which, I mean, I guess I am. I mean, since I'm talking about this stupid video. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to upload this video. But I don't know. I feel like I've said my piece. In the end, I still miss her. There's still a huge part of me that honestly does still love her and care for her. And I mean, I don't know. Fuck, it's 1 in the morning now. I'm not gonna get any sleep, but like and subscribe. Whatever. Just, if I can give any kind of advice to anyone that's going through the same thing, and I don't have answers for a lot of things. You know, I'm definitely not the smartest person. I'm not anything. I'm not some fucking intelligent person that has all the answers. I'm not gonna pretend that I am, but if there's any kind of advice I can try and give to someone that's going through what I'm going through, and so many other people are, is you just gotta be willing to give it time. You gotta be willing to take the time to heal, and then just take it day by day and talk to people. Most importantly, talk to people. Just anyone that you know are willing to listen. Your friends, your family, just anyone that you know are willing to listen. Talk. be open. Don't bottle it in. 'Cause even talking about it, even though it helps, you're still gonna hurt. If someone meant that much to you, and even after them breaking up with you, you still talk good about them. You still talk about all the good times you had together. How much you wish you still had that with someone, with that same person, shows how much you still love them, and how much they really meant to you. It was truly genuine love you had for that person that you loved more than yourself, without a doubt. Oh, I loved her more than I loved myself, without a doubt. I always put her first. I always had, and I always would. So, if that's the kind of relationship you have with your ex, and despite them breaking up with you, and you still feel good, you still say good things about them, I really am sorry that happened. But you just gotta be willing to talk to people. You're still gonna hurt, even being open and talking to people. You're still gonna hurt, because I'm still hurting. Even though I've been extremely open to talking to either my pastor, or my parents, or my friends, my family, I'm still pretty decently open about talking about it, because it helps. It helps me vent and kind of release of what I'm wanting to say about it. It helps. If you bottle it and you don't talk to anyone, it's going to make you 5 times more depressed. And you're going to have some pretty nasty, dark thoughts. I had them too real early on, but my friends being very open to want to listen to me yap and yap, just like how I'm doing right now about my breakup, my family, my pastor, everyone has been so incredibly open, and I thank God for having these kind of people in my life. It's helped a lot. It's helped me get through these last 7 months that have been hell. These have been the worst 7 months of my entire life. I mean, I didn't know what true depression was until this breakup. Then I felt what real depression felt like, truly. For me, it's the severe withdrawal of having hurt in my life. It's the withdrawal. I forgot what that word is. It's something that's in your brain that gets addicted to. Whether it's something or someone. Dopamine. When your brain releases dopamine with something you're incredibly addicted to, that's how I felt when I was with Macy. But I'm not trying to say she was like a bad drug for me. She was the best kind of drug for me. She was the best thing that ever happened to me at the time. And then she became the worst thing that ever happened to me when she broke up with me fucking 7 months ago. At this time of the video. Fucking face mask flaking on my shirt. Lost my train of thought. Just being more open about it will help so much. Anyone that you know is willing to listen. And just be patient. You just gotta give it time to heal. Give yourself time to heal. And stop beating yourself up with the breakup. I still do that to myself plenty enough times. But when I don't think about it, or I don't give it too much thought, I don't beat myself up on it, and I just go about my day at work. Or at home. Or if I'm going to church, or whatever, if I'm going somewhere. I don't let it beat me up. I don't beat myself up on it anymore for the rest of the day. And that's the best, and that's the advice I'm trying to give to anyone that's watching this or whatever. Give it time. Don't beat yourself up. And be open to talk about it. Remember how much it hurts? Just talk about it. Don't bottle it in. You're still going to hurt no matter what, but it will lessen the blow big time if you're willing to talk about it to people that you care about and care about you and are willing to share the grief and can help you. I hope that helps someone out there, whoever may be watching this. I just didn't think it would be this hard. I think I've said that so many times, but I did not see it this hard. It's just amazing how many little things in my life will constantly remind me of her. Remember how much stuff I've gotten rid of. Just everything. Driving through town, going to Walmart when I always had to pick things up from my parents, from my mom or my dad if they needed something from the store. Usually be on a day, especially on days when my off days and Macy was with me, we'd go in the store, and if I had trouble finding something, I'd tell her, hey, call my mom and ask her, is there anything else, or what aisle is that food from? What aisle was those pickles from? Or that peanut butter, or the bread, or the drinks, whatever. Just miscellaneous things, whatever. It's all a constant reminder. Anyways, I'm going to try to wrap this video up finally. Didn't think I'd ever make this video, but this was kind of a spontaneous thing because it's been 7 months, and today it just kind of hit me hard, and I'm venting, I'm just releasing, I'm talking about it again. Even though I've done that enough with plenty of times with my friends or family, my pastor and whatnot, I'm doing it now officially on YouTube. Even though I've briefly mentioned it about the breakup 2 videos ago. The video that was David's new place video. I briefly mentioned it in the very beginning. Well, now this whole video is dedicated to it. But I don't know. Just talking about it, just venting out. If it feels good, it's not a cure, but it helps. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be making a bunch of these videos. Like this might. Oh, I hope this is like the only one I make, where I just dedicate nothing to it. This better be the only one. God, this can be such a long ass video. But yeah. I have no idea what I'm going to upload next. Whether it's a gameplay video or a vlog. But just trying to take it day by day. Yeah. That's it.